And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. You know what that means, man. It's time for GotBot Goes live. And tonight is going to be a fun show. Of course, we have the Fan First Friday coming up tomorrow. We've had some reveals and stuff in the news throughout the week. We're going to be taking a look at this week's pickups. And this week's pickups are a ton of various upgrade sets. Now, we'll look at some of them in more detail tomorrow in tomorrow's review on Friday. But I got some other stuff just really before we kind of went on the air. So we'll sort of see how that plays out. Sorry, I'm just looking to kind of see where everything is here because I got to get stuff ready. Oh, of course. And I am actually on here a little bit early. Like, I'm not usually on a couple of minutes early. Usually I'm scrambling last minute to get on here, but I was actually ready a little bit early. Thursday is looking good. And of course, we're heading into a long weekend here, the Victoria Day weekend. It is kind of like our start of summer. It's our version here of like, I think Memorial Day weekend in the US, which I think is next week, if I'm not mistaken. So some weekends they're the same. Some years they're a week apart. So happy Victoria Day weekend for anyone, I guess, in Canada. And happy early Memorial Day weekend. I'll probably touch on it again next week. I think I'm right about that. I don't think this weekend is Memorial Day weekend. Somebody from the US let me know while I'm getting stuff ready here. Somebody tell me if I'm right or wrong about that this isn't the weekend for that. It's next weekend. And if I'm wrong, okay, cool, I'm wrong. It wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong. Sure, it won't be the last. And I do see you guys coming in here. Let me just get all set up. This is going to be a fun one, I think. I think this is going to be a bit of a fun one. Tonight, a few people kind of have ideas of some of the upgrade kits that I got. So I know Ultra Marcus and I were talking briefly about it. And I think it's going to be interesting. Some of them are hits. Some of them are misses. And I'll kind of give you a preliminary rundown of what I think is hits and misses, and we'll look more at the detail tomorrow, of course. Hey, BS Prime, happy to see you here. Hey, Dragonfly, my friend Danny, I am honored as always. Input as well, honored as always. By the way, guys, if you didn't check out Input's recent review of his custom Sunstorm, like, go check it out. The sunburst on the wings is beautiful. If I had a spare like Yellow Seeker, a spare Nova Storm, I definitely do it. Before I go on, though, of course, as always, I need to do the introduction. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, loud them up, baby. Do the thing. There you go. Hit the notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for. And all my social media links, all of that down in the description below. As well, if you're in a position to kind of help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring. Or hit the join button, man, right here on YouTube to become a channel member. And we just very recently done a Patreon/channel member kind of giveaway of a sort of a 3D printed set, the crux of which is for Scorponok, but there's a couple of things in there, and our very own Danny actually won that, so that is on the way to Danny. So you never know. You never know what could come up. There's a lot of content and stuff that happens there as well, and it's pretty, like, I'm kind of a raw dude anyway, but that's kind of like extra raw because it's, you know, it's kind of something exclusive. So like when I talk about something like just how Masterpiece is Masterpiece, I'm pretty raw about my assessment. Or if I'm doing a preview of something, I can really kind of tell off the bat if I like it or don't. So, you know, there's a lot that we do there. Jay, happy to see you. Jay found a whole bunch of stuff. By the way, Jay, I support you getting, and I'm going to say this publicly because it's been some discussion about it. I support Jay. Jay put it on Instagram, and I saw it there, as did some other people. And I know that certainly on a Discord server, he got some flack for it. He had picked up a case, basically, of Major Blood, but he didn't pick it up to scalp or anything like that. He picked it up for himself and to help out fellow collectors. And I know Jay. Jay has helped me out. It's not his MO. So people that attack that really don't know the character of the person they're attacking and really don't know the story that's behind it. This was done expressly to help other people. Sometimes we all jump on the bandwagon when we shouldn't. Watch for a pattern of activity. That's true for scalpers. That's true for certain reviewers that get their product through unscrupulous means. And sometimes even some of those will eventually become legit reviewers. And some of our legit reviewer friends become, unfortunately, a little less ethical. I'm never going to be one of those. There's one I can think of in particular. I won't say a name because I actually like the guy and I've known him for a long time and talked to him and followed him even for a long time. And normally he kind of points out where he gets certain items. And I've noticed in the last couple of things that he's done, he hasn't said where he's gotten it, which I find peculiar from him. So I'm just saying, watch for patterns of activity to see if what someone is doing is legitimate or not. It's pretty simple. All you got to do, man, pay attention. Lesson for the night, man. Pay attention. Manitoba, happy to see you here. Razor Matrix, happy to see you here. Dragonfly, I'm sure I said I'm happy to see you here. Maximal 10, glad you're here, my friend. Hey, Pulse. Marcus, happy you're here. Dude, I done it. I came on a little bit early just for you, buddy. And as we go down here, I tried to light some dark hours, man. Hey, Ultra Megatronus. I love that name, man. What a great name. You're welcome input, buddy. I mean, you did the work. All I'm doing is giving the recognition, man. And you're very welcome, Danny. I hope that some of it at least proves useful. If nothing else, I hope the rest is delicious. And those who know Danny know what I'm talking about. You got a link to I don't have the link offhand, but it's been like I know a lot of people have already linked it for input. Input, if you got the link to the Sunstorm thing, feel free to share, buddy. Hey, Crumple Zone. Let's see as we go down here. Hey, Masterfire. Do you think, what do I think of the Dominus set and the Galactic Odyssey as a whole? Well, I reviewed the Dominus set, so if you want to know what I think, go see that. Galactic Odyssey as a whole, I think the offerings were great. I think the distribution was atrocious, and getting them was so much of a pain and a nuisance and not fun that it's a good thing that I thought the sets were wonderful. They were too hard to get. Enough that like it doesn't make me want to have to track down another bunch of Amazon exclusives. It's too hard. It is too difficult. So many people still don't have their Paradron medics. So many. And a lot of people still don't have, though this wasn't part of Galactic Odyssey, still don't have their Prowl and their Ironhide. I don't have my Coneheads. By the way, fun fact, those of you who kind of come in here pretty regularly know that way back in November, I pre-ordered a Beast Wars Megatron. And that location was an EB Games location, which closed down, and my pre-order got moved to another location, but it wasn't supposed to originally. But a couple of the employees that know me kind of done me a solid and moved it to a different location. And then you know that it went on through January, through February, and kept getting pushed to the end of month. It got pushed to the end of March. It got pushed to the end of April. And I ended up having Starscream Wife and Maximal 10 sort of kind of put me on the lead for one, and I was able to pick it up from a totally different store. Today, just today, EB Games finally called with that Beast Wars Megatron in. I pre-ordered him on the 23rd of November of 2020. December, January, February, March, April, May. 6 months later. He's been released a long time. He's been at EB Games a long time, but not here. 6 months it took for that pre-order to come in. So it's not a great track record. I'm just saying. Fun, like the plus side of it though is that really he has not been around here. Like there's the one I bought, and now this one that was a pre-order for me. That, as far as I know, that's the only Beast Wars Megatrons that have ever come here in any capacity at any location of anything at this point. So when my pre-order came in today, of course, I said, I don't need it, man. I already got mine. But what I did is I made sure to let the local community know, because there's a group that's local. I made sure to let the local community know, hey, guys, a pre-order came in for me at EB Games. I don't need it. Have at it. Whoever gets there, you get a Beast Wars Megatron. Enjoy. So it's trying to help people out as best I can. I do definitely want the Coneheads Master Fire. I don't know why you wouldn't want them though. Talk to me privately about that. Uh, Most of the sets were really soulless. They were soulless Master. I agree. I agree. Like, here's the thing. Um, I hate the Galactic. Honestly, I can understand that. Like, I'm going to scroll up a little bit and come back down to that, Master Fire, because you brought up a good point there, honestly. And I do want to kind of talk about just a little bit more as we go down there. I'm just trying to. And guys, if I skip over some stuff, I apologize. I really, really do. Hey, Landon, happy to see you here, buddy. Um, Hey, look at that, all the way from Chicago, Windy City, right? Chicago's Windy City, right? Am I right about that? I do know that that's where CM Punk is from, and I like CM Punk. Hey, Ken. Hey, Devlin. As we go down here. Let's see. Hey, Paul. Happy to see you here. Hope we get a good Fan First Friday. We'll see. We'll see. I appreciate that, Paul. I really do. I hate the Galactic Odyssey, honestly. I think a lot of people do. And I think a lot of people hate it because it was A, tumultuous to get, but B, those who experience QC issues, like, how are you really supposed to remedy it? Like, return it and get another one? Because that's not really an option, because there was such small runs done that if it's broken or gone or whatever, then it's gone. Event Progenitor. His prowl, like, the leg just shattered. Are you going to replace that prowl? You're not going to be able to. So, like, I understand it, Master Fire. I see a lot of reasons why people wouldn't like it. I was lucky with the Galactic Odyssey, but I had a lot of help with it. Input was a huge help with Galactic Odyssey for me. I'm not even going to pretend anything different. I just got Studio Series 49 Bumblebee, and I am officially blocking myself from getting Studio Series Bayverse figures. Don't like it? Is that why you're stopping at stop motion? Most of the sets were souls. I totally get that. I'm I'm not using StreamYard. Interesting. Hey, do you want? Okay, the Coneheads. Fun fact. I gotta go back up here a little bit because I just missed something there. Hold on. Fun fact. Scourge is impossible for me to find. Graham has his, but no sign of him in Wales. I have seen a few Scourges, but the problem is the way the case is packed is that there's two Rodimus and one Scourge. I find it so strange that the one that people would want to army build is the one that's short packed. I find that so weird. I'm lucky I got Prowl and Ironhide before the scalpers hit. Yeah, so did I, Pulse. Let's see. Hey, Crimson, happy to see you here. Really should have made Buzzsaw to include with Sound Blaster. I agree. I done a custom, but you're right. They absolutely should have made an actual Buzzsaw. Hellbat and Garboil 2-back could be cool. Though I did come with out of box and with stickers on. I heard a lot of people got stickers on their box. I didn't, because mine was actually in like a shipping box, which apparently was strange. I'm thankful it was in a shipping box, but you know, it is what it is, right? As we go down here, I've noticed you get stuff faster in stores than pre-order. I'm still waiting on Hot Rod for studio. You know what? Honestly, I find that that's usually the case here. That I put in the pre-order to kind of, cover myself if something doesn't come in store, because it's no guarantee it's going to come in store. But it is also not uncommon for it to arrive in store before the pre-order comes in. Really, really not uncommon at all, actually. As we go down here. Hey, look at that. We got a celebrity with us. Cardboard Bots. And, I got to say, I, and a lot of people in the community know this, all of the tumultuousness that has happened between Cardboard Bots and Lazy Eyebrow. It's been really troubling for many of us in the community. I've been following that that story, and all I can say is my thoughts and my prayers are with both of them. That situation really works out to everybody's benefit. I'm sure that all of us here tonight in our community feel the same way. I really sounded legit there, didn't I? Yeah, I thought I sounded pretty legit. Um, very busy animating. Man, I gotta try and get that season finale done right. I'm even more pissed since the last set was fantastic, and it sucks more because it was the last set. I liked the Botropolis set. I assume that's the one you're talking about, Master Fire. I like it, but to be fair, if you go back a couple of years, I said when I spent an entire, I want to say summer 2019, I spent pretty much the whole summer looking at Micromasters, all of the G1 stuff that I could get my hands on. Huge thanks to Maximal 10 for helping with that, actually. And I said then, man, I'd love to have these guys updated. And lo and behold, we got War for Cybertron. So I'm happy that a lot of the stuff got updated. Do you like toast? Do you? Oh, oh, I do like toast, though. To be fair, Cardboard Bots, I do like toast. Um, let's see. Hey, DW. Never saw Scourge in a store. Ordered mine from Amazon. A lot of people have done that too. Hey, Connor. I don't care about the Kingdom Amazon 2-packs. At this point, neither do I. Like, I kind of hope that there's nothing there that I really want because I don't want to go hunting for it. So I never found a Quintesson Judge in stores and found out that BBTS had him in stock. He arrived today. Nice, nice. As for the Judge, here's the funny thing. I ended up buying two. First of all, yeah, I ended up buying two, and I had two more pre-order, but I didn't get them because I put my pre-order in a few places. When the other two arrived, I still went and picked them up, so it looked like I had four, but I gave two of them away to other collector buddies of mine. So I had two for me, for my purpose. The Quintesson Pit was my third, and then I gave two to two other people. And besides that, I saw one at one Walmart location, and that was it. Did I get the Kingdom Arc? Here's the thing. I don't think the arc is worth the full price in Canadian dollars. However, I have had someone reach out to me that is a retailer in the US. And he and I have sort of worked out something that puts me more in the ballpark of the US price because I think the US price is worth it. Even with exchange rate, the US price comes to more like 195 now Canadian, not 249 Canadian. It's not worth the Canadian price, but I think I'm going to be getting it, but I'm not getting it for what the Canadian price is, if that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense, John. I still don't have the Paradron Medics and the Tiger exclusive Seekers 2-pack. Oh, that was the Thundercracker and the Skywarp. If you got the Siege ones, they're better anyway, but if you don't, I can see your disappointment. Let's see. I ended up getting one of those for myself, and I ended up helping another buddy out who lives on the other side of the province from me where there is no Toys R Us. So I tried to help who I could with that too. Worst thing I've ever transformed, it is, oh yeah, you're talking about, yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't find any of the bees in the Studio Series line stop motion reviewer to be very good. I really don't. The engineering is there, but the engineering is too complicated for the size. That's my take on it. I don't care about the Kingdom Amazon 2-packs as we go down. I just finished Buzzsaw and Blue Ravage. Hellback. Blue Ravage, I like that. I'm still happy about Skywarp and Thundercracker in for 45. Oh, that was a good price for them. As we go down here. No, Cardboard Bots. I'm not the celebrity, buddy. I'm not the celebrity. I do not have your clout, my friend, but I am blushing with you just saying so and appreciate it. Cardboard versus lazy damage the whole community. Oh, that's so good, Marcus. That's so good. Get the arc on sale. It'll happen. Honestly, I think Cardboard Bots is right. A lot of times Titans don't go on sale here, but Predaking did. And I think the arc is going to do the same thing, to be honest with you. I really agree. And for those who don't know, Cardboard Bots is a local lad as well. So I totally agree with him 100%. He knows local collector community just as well as I do. Thank you, Devlin. I appreciate it, buddy. As we go down here, I paid 70 US to get the Netflix Soundwave a few weeks ago. Ugh, that's a hefty price for him, man. Hey, Matt. What do I think they're going to talk about for the Fan Friday tomorrow? We're going to get to that. As a matter of fact, how about we start going through the news right now? Because I've been here, we're 20 minutes in, haven't touched the news yet. I want to fly through the news pretty quickly for the most part. Then we have the unpackaging, unboxing, we'll say. And we have kind of a little fun trivia here, of course, tonight, and a follow-up in the trivia as well. I think it's going to be pretty easy, but we're going to see how it goes. So, first things first, we have pre-orders, and we saw more images, of course, for the premium finish, Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. And here in Canada, the Bumblebee is retailing, a deluxe is retailing for $45, and the Optimus of Voyager is retailing for $69.99. Now, I note this because not long ago, you will remember I broke news of a listing for a Selects Alabama for $29.99 Canadian. And it was brought up that that looks like it's going to be a Takara release of Sound Blaster, of which I'm skeptical. A Takara Voyager in Canada, as Optimus proves, goes for about $69, not $29. I don't think it's going to be what has been speculated. I don't know what Alabama will be. I don't think that's going to be it. It'll be interesting to see it unfold, but the math just doesn't add up for that. Would I love to see it for fans that don't have Sound Blaster? Absolutely, because I like them and I have them, but I know a lot of people didn't. I just don't believe that that's going to be what it is. What else do we have? Rhinox images. And in Rhino mode, he has like these green shoulder hinges. That I find that a little jarring and off-putting. Some people have asked me what I think of him in comparison to the Thrilling 30. I think a lot of the story is going to be in the hips. I think the hips on the new one are going to be remedied and better. But I feel like all of the sculpt line work on the new one is all soft and rounded. None of it feels robust and sharp to me. Like, I feel like the sculpt work on the T30 is better, but I feel like the hips on this one will be better. If the hips are no better, then I would stick with the T30. That's just my take. What else do we have here? We saw some Dinobot concept art. I wish that we had kind of gotten the concept art as actual Dinobot. It's very close, but if you look at the concept art enough and close enough, you will notice that there's some extra color details put in there, specifically places where there should be some extra blue details, like his ankles, for example. We didn't get that. I wish that we did. So that would have been nice, but we mostly got what that was supposed to be. We saw some images of Dracudon, which is the irradiated Dino Lad. I think he's a Maximal. I like it. I like Vertebrae, so I'm going to like this one. It looks like the paint that's on it is either gold or silver. I don't know if it's supposed to be glistening radiation. I don't know, but it looks cool, so I'm going to get it. What else do we have here? We saw some images of Red B. And I tell you now, I see him next to like Optimus, and I see him next to Megatron and Soundwave, and I think to myself, you know what? B is too big, but all of these are the same size. And when I see B in that lineup, I immediately think of Action Masters because they were all like the same size. It was nothing about scale there. It was just, it was what it was. And it never really struck, like we all knew it was kind of a modern day version of Action Masters, but it never really struck me just how much I was feeling that until I saw Bumblebee. I wish that the materials that they used were better, but you know, it looks good. I'll give credit where credit is due. And I did like, I'm one of the few that actually liked Action Masters. I thought it was pretty good. What else do we have here? There was like an interview or whatever with Anthony Ramos or Ramos, and he said he's going to be connected to more than one Transformers film. Maybe a la Mark Wahlberg and a la Shia LaBeouf, I guess. To be fair, he's also said that the story for this one was crazy. I don't know if that's a strength or a weakness, to be honest with you. I don't know the guy. I know literally nothing he's done. He means literally nothing to me. Starscream wife is here. And, you know, she didn't say hi or nothing. Just, you know, whatever. Whatever, man.
Hi.
Whatever. There you go. There you go. NPM12 can apparently work with MP45's trailer. So if you want to spend what, $600 or whatever it is for MP45, and then another probably 150 or 200 for MPM12. You could put the trailer on them, go for it. I don't know. I think MPM12 looks cool. I think the detailing there is astonishing, and I do think it looks cool with the trailer. So if you're in for it, great, man, awesome. Um, Interesting. We saw an image of apparently 86 Wreck-Gar. I last week spoke about a t-shirt, which was a weird roundabout way of kind of saying like maybe it'll be a Wreck-Gar because there's another t-shirt from 80s Tees that has Grimlock on it as the box art from 86 Grimlock. So I said maybe the art that's on the Wreck-Gar is 86 Wreck-Gar. And seeing the new Wreck-Gar image, assuming that it's actually the thing, the art that's on the shirt is real close to it. I think it is the 86 Wreck-Gar. Some people have said, it looks amazing, because that's what people like to say. I do think it looks cool. I really do think it looks cool. But the pouches or whatever that's on the side of his hips, I find makes his hips look way too wide for the robot. I hope that they can come off, to be honest with you, but I'm not convinced that they can. We'll see. I'm in for him, 100% in for him. But we'll see how I feel about the waist. Maybe it was just the picture. We also saw what looks like the hand of Grindor, which is really the blackout mold with new hands, better hands. They should have had those hands to begin with. And apparently, instead of coming with a little Scorponok, he's going to come with Ravage. And we saw an image of that little Ravage. Not a ton of posability, but it's definitely movie Ravage. And it looks like, you know, he was next to the Soundwave that turns into, what is it, a Mercedes-Benz, I think. Looks good together, honestly. I mean, you can leave him with Grindor if you want, but... And I feel like Grindor is going to be a legit leader class offering. The Ravage, nice little bonus in there. Again, I don't think I need a Grindor. I love Blackout, but I don't need two of essentially the exact same thing. As we go down here, the B movie score, the music, is now out on CD form. If you want that, buy the CD. What else do we have here? Killer Body Mini Retro Cassette Player with Bumblebee or Optimus Prime figurine set. These are just little figurines. They're not posable or anything. Well painted, apparently hand painted. And they're in various action poses. Apparently, you can either get an Optimus Prime set or a Bumblebee set. The Bumblebee set seems to have more if you want a mini cassette player. This is the weirdest product that I've seen in a long time for Transformers, but whatever. Whatever. I guess it's a cross-promotional type of thing. What else do we have? We had an inkling and an indication that the animated Transformers film that we heard about some time ago and never heard anything on after, looks like it may have a release date sometime in 2023, which I find interesting because the next film is slated for June of 2022, and it looks like a year later we're going to have an animated one. Rumor is that that animated one takes place on Cybertron and really focuses on the relationship between Optimus and Megatron. Is it going to be a prequel to something? Some people have speculated it could be a prequel to the first film. I don't know. A prequel to the 2007 film? I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. But it's interesting all the same, and maybe it'll be nothing from it. But it's slated for 2023 as it stands now. Let's check back in with you guys before I go on here with a little bit more of the news, because I know you've been saying a lot, and I know I've definitely been missing some stuff, and I don't want to get too far down. Let's see. Love them, but I still like Omega Supreme better. I saw cardboard bots from a Heatwave review. Omega's great. Like mine is Ultimate Guard, but I reviewed Omega, and if you get Omega, like he's great. Alabama could be a Monster Jam crossover. That'd be cool. Let's see. Exchanging maple syrup and poutine. Poutine. Is there anything it can't fix? To be fair, Starscream wife loves poutine. I'm sure she has more gravy going through her veins than blood. Um, let's see. Siege Omega, Fort Max, and Scorponok after. We go down here. I don't have a thing for Rhino hips, but we all know the hips on the Thrilling 30 are weak. It's a common issue that the hips on the Thrilling 30 Rhinox are known to be weak. All I'm saying is, if the hips on the new one are tighter and function better, and he can actually hold the pose without falling over and stuff, I think people are going to like it better. As we go down here. Wreck-Gar doesn't come with an accordion accessory. Pass. He should come with an accordion. That'd be great. No, you're definitely gonna get some Bayverse. There are people that like Bayverse, and I did certain things I like, certain characters I like, not all of them, but certain ones. I picked up Galactic Man for $13. That was a really good buy for him, man. Really good buy, actually. I'm impressed. Okay, so continuing on here. We saw some more images of Rodimus Prime, and last week when we were talking about him, I said, hey, we haven't even seen a picture with his shoulder going out like this, and now we have. And it does not go out all the way unless it wasn't pushed all the way. Maybe it can, but from what I've seen, it goes out to about here, which is all right. It's functional enough, but for a premium price at a commander class level, I expect it to go out to here. Just saying. Don't anybody come to me and talk about how amazing the engineering is. If this is as good as his arm's going to be able to do, then that's not amazing engineering. Sorry, it's just not. And the face is the scowl on him, like you could tell, like, oh, I hate being leader. Like that's the face he has on, and that's all I can think when I see it. It's such a scowl, and he looks so old. Rodimus Prime wasn't that old, not that I recall. Maybe you guys do. I don't know. Like I'm getting him because he's infinitely better than the Power of the Primes. He has to be. Everything is infinitely better than the Power of the Primes. That's hot garbage. But I don't. I'm struggling at this point, man, to see the value. I really, really, really am. Shattered Glass Blur, we saw some images of, and man, does he have a maniacal face. I love it. I absolutely love the face sculpt. You know what? I like the face sculpt on the Shattered Glass Blur way better than I like that face sculpt. Just saying. Oh, I gotta pick that up and lay that there. Just saying. What else do we have here? We saw... I'll go back to that in a minute, actually. We saw from Prime One Studios what looks to be a blaster like backpack, and it comes with a pass book that looks like a cassette. Oddly, the cassette kind of looks like Laserbeak. If that sounds familiar, it's because back in November they released a Soundwave one with a pass book that looked like a Ravage cassette, basically. So if you're in for that, cool, I guess. I don't know. Now, let's talk a little bit about some kind of listing information that came up, and this will sort of guide us into something that was asked earlier. What do we foresee tomorrow with Fan First Friday? First things first. It's not Fan First. It's American Fan First because Pulse is pretty discriminatory. I'm going to call it what it is. You could say what you like. I suppose you could say US and UK because I think there's a Pulse UK now. I don't know what the shipping is like there. I've talked about it before, and I used the comparison where our buddy here, Jay, sent me something for $14, and Pulse, when I looked at Blur, put two Blur in, by the way, because you're supposed to get free shipping. It was not free shipping. It was $48 with FedEx. American. I sent something to Danny, who is literally the other side of the country from me. I sent something to Input, who is really about as far away from me in the US as you could get. Almost. And I'm going to tell you now, to send it to Input cost me a grand total of $17 Canadian. No, there's no reason I'm paying Hasbro $48 for some sort of premium shipping. That was more than the cost of the. And that wasn't even to me because they won't deliver to me. That was to the closest address I could find. To me, if that's all you're going to offer, like, don't even say you're offering it. It's an insult. What a lot of people in Canada will do is if they live close to the border, is they'll have like a US P.O. box or something, and they'll deliver to their U.S. P.O. box, and then they'll go across the border. I live on an island. I can't go across the border. It's not fathomable. So let's throw that out there right away. So what have we got in terms of kind of reveals, leaks, whatever you want to call it? First things first, selects Artfire, and he comes with a target master who we all know is Nightstick. Yes, a million times. Yes, I love that mold. Love it for Grapple. Love it for Inferno. Gonna love it for Artfire. Some people have asked me, what are you going to do with the Classics Inferno? I have a plan for him up and coming because that too is a fantastic mold. But he will no longer be Inferno. He will not be Artfire. But I do have a plan for him up and coming in the future. I'm in for Artfire. 100%. I think it's a nice touch that we do have the target master put in there, just as we should. We also had some more red listings. We're getting a red Shockwave. I think that Shockwave fits all right in the red line. A red Galvatron, arguable if he fits in there. I'm sure the robot will look great. We're getting a Transformers Prime, and a Transformers Prime Megatron in the red line. Some people might be in for it. Again, I'm sure the robot modes, because that's the only modes they got, are going to look great. And is that it? I think that might be it for the red line. If I'm missing something, then I apologize. Then we also have an SDCC 1 pack, whatever that is. I don't think that we're going to get any news of that tomorrow. I think we're going to get the red stuff tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get any news of that tomorrow. We also have a Studio Series Hot Rod Voyager variant. I don't know what this variant is, but I can guarantee you this guy is not wasting another Voyager price on a Hot Rod that is not a Voyager. No, I don't care what the variant is. Couldn't care less. Not a snowball's chance in Hades that I am going to waste money on it because it's not a Voyager. Never was. Never gonna be. And they suckered me once. Well, they didn't even sucker me. I was helping a buddy out. They're not going to sucker me again. I can already tell you, I'm not interested, and I won't be reviewing it. Simple as that. I don't support the valuation. If you do, cool, man. Ain't gonna be me. Let's go up here a bit because I know you guys have been saying some stuff here. Let's go up here just a little bit. Let's see. So we go down here. See, there you go. Jay loves Bayverse. I got nothing against Bayverse. I love the Studio Series Blackout. I think that thing's amazing. Never got the T30 Rhinox, but I do have the OG Rhinox. I'm hoping the Kingdom one is good. I think the Kingdom one's going to be good. Here's the thing. If you don't have the T30, I think the Kingdom one's going to be great. He might even be better than the T30. If the comparison is the original or the Kingdom, I think the Kingdom's going to win hands down. It's just, is he better than the Thrilling 30? We shall see. If you live in Chicago and is searching for a Ratchet Medic, it'll run you 2 bills. Ooh. That's rough, man. That's rough. Hey, Stitch. Commander Class should have been something Beast Wars related, like Rampage or something. I agree, honestly. I think that Rampage and probably Depth Charge would fit there, maybe, arguably. The set is not worth 200. No, it's not worth 200. Let's see. His squinty eyes are terrible. Okay. Kingdom Rodimus, aka Hasbro's most recent highway robbery. It is. And that's what I'm feeling like. Because here's the thing, and here's maybe the mistake that they made. We have a preconceived valuation already based on Jetfire, or Skyfire, if you will, and Skylinks. Rodimus, to me, needs to be that good or better. If he's not, then why are you selling him as Commander? Because that's what I'm expecting now. To be fair, I wasn't sure Skylinks was going to be worth the price of admission, and he totally is. So I'll keep an open mind until I get him in hand. But the evidence I'm seeing so far, the preliminary evidence, is not filling me with confidence. I will not ever see that now. Rampage and Depth Charge are leaders. They might be leaders, maybe. He's as tall as Earthrise Prime. Commander Class, you say. Yeah, he is as tall as Earthrise Prime. You're right. Done a Shattered Ironhide and working on Shatterglass Soundwave and Ricochet. Interesting, John. The Soundwave must have been a lot of work. White's not an easy color to work with, man. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I can pre-order for you if you don't mind paying the shipping your way. Oh yeah, no, and I've done that. I appreciate that. Honestly, Mr. Rivas, I do. And here's the thing, I'm so thankful that I'm lucky that I have people that are willing to help me. But Hasbro as a company should not have to have fans rely on other people to buy their product. It should just be distributed so everybody can buy their product. It's not often I get to kind of pay it back. I was so happy. I found something that honestly Input wasn't able to find, and I was able to pay it back. And I was actually really glad because I'm like, I never get to do this, and I was really thankful I was actually able to do it. FedEx is reliable. It is reliable, but give the option of Canada Post, man, or USPS. Usually, I take the cheapest option. I don't need it tomorrow. I'm fine with waiting a couple of weeks if it comes down to it. I don't like paying for shipping at all. Give me free shipping. Honestly, I'm buying your junk that's already overpriced. Give me free shipping. Least you can do. I wish I could live on an island. It does have its advantages. I did a custom Artfire. I thought about doing a custom Artfire, and then this guy got announced, which we're going to talk about something custom in a minute. Try to call yourself to bomb your stream. Maybe I'll get you next time. My cell is not here. It's downstairs, but it's connected to my computer, so I saw it come in on my computer as a notification. It's not my island, Transformers 2002. I wish it was my island. That'd be great. Where's Holler? I'm using the Classics Universe grapple as Holler, but that's a fair question, honestly, Stitch. Yeah, Green Holler, I get it. Yeah, that's interesting. Artfire should have come with 2 Target Masters. I get it because it was that guy. What the other guy's name was Sparks, I think, something like that. Because that's what came with the what was it, Classics or Henkei or whatever it was. But I like in terms of fiction, I only remember him with Nightstick or Nebulon. Or, don't get me started on the name. So I'm okay with him coming with 1. Honestly, I'm fine with it. As we go down here. Hey, TF Hey, Tim. By the way, Timbo Rice, I totally love that. I assume it's a play on Kimbo Slice, but I thought that was great. No, it's not cost effective for Canadians. Cardboard Bots just said it right there. SG Hot Rod, pass. Pass. Honestly, if I'm going to get an SG Hot Rod, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get that Rodimus Unicronus. Because guess what? Overall, that's cheaper. I'm just saying. Let's see. I got to go back up here because I went down. Kingdom Inferno is my favorite release in Siege Jetfire. Kingdom Inferno is awesome. Honestly, it's really good. Really, really good. So excited for tomorrow's. I'm never excited for honestly, I'm not even a little excited for the Fan First Friday because it's going to be prohibitive. I'm going to see stuff and be like, that's cool. And I'm going to have to hit somebody up like a beggar and be like, can you get this for me? It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you. The SS Hot Rod is trash. Yes, it is trash. I agree. SS Hot Rod is better. No, no, stop motion child. No, child, it's not. It's really not. It's just not. I'm sorry. I would have been more forgiving if they sold it for the proper deluxe price. I would have said, yeah, it's all right, deluxe. It's a middle of the road deluxe, but it's a trash Voyager. I want a Beast Wars Inferno. So do I, Snoke. So do I, buddy. I think they're going to show SS Wreck-Gar tomorrow. I think that's going to be revealed for sure. And he's slated to come out in November with a repack. Is it a repack of Scourge or is it with the sweep? I can't remember. Or maybe it's with the TF6 Thrust. I think it's Wreck-Gar and Thrust, and I think it's the sweep and someone else. I hope that sweep isn't like beardless or mustacheless. with a clean-shaven face. That's not what sweeps look like, man. That's not what sweeps look like. Just saying. If you have to make a custom Constructicon Gravedigger, what? If you have to make a custom Constructicon Gravedigger, I don't even. There isn't what? I don't know who Gravedigger would be. Who would I use? I wouldn't use anybody because I don't know a Constructicon named Gravedigger. So sure, use Hotspot. Why not? We may get the slag revealed. I think we're going to get that revealed as well. Cool, I guess. I'm in for him, but only if it's easy to get. I custom painted the universe depth charge into the OG color scheme, so until they make a new one. That was a lot of work to give it the OG color scheme, but it looks good though. Actually, go down here. And guys, I know I'm skipping some stuff. I'm sorry about that. Can't wait for Blaster. Let's talk about Blaster. So finally, a custom Kingdom Blaster has been announced. Back in Siege, I did a custom blaster for a friend, and so many people hit me up. I did a couple of those custom blasters. Recently, somebody hit me up, and I said, look, dude, it is an expensive custom to do. It is a lot of man hours and a lot of material. So for me to do it and make it worth my while, it is a pricey custom. I said, wait. I said, my advice to you is wait. Now, I could have said to him, yeah, let's do it. And I could have charged him, and he would have paid it. I know he would have. But that's not the way I do business. I'm not that kind of businessman. I have often said, I look out for my wallet, I look out for yours. And I said to him, wait until the end of 86 and the War for Cybertron trilogy. If they don't do a blaster, you still got your kind of spare sound wave there. I can do the custom then. We're getting a blaster. Will it be good? I don't know. One would think it's going to basically be a reuse of Soundwave, which is quite excellent, but we shall see. Could they do it with Soundwave? Absolutely. It's easy to do. Easy remold to do. I am looking forward to seeing it. I have said all along that I'm quite happy with my Fall of Cybertron one. We'll see how this one is. That's what I'm going to say there. Do I think that's going to be revealed tomorrow? Possibly. Possibly, but I feel like that's still a ways off for a reveal. They might hint about it. I don't necessarily think they're going to talk about that tomorrow. I could be wrong, but I'm not holding my breath for that tomorrow. The Hot Rod variant, I think we're going to see that. It might be Shattered Glass Hot Rod, although I'm kind of thinking the Shattered Glass might be Starscream. We'll see. Get that up at the way. What else do we have? We also found out that the Kingdom Worlds Collide 4-pack is actually crossed over with the Buzzworthy B line. I don't like that. That doesn't instill confidence because the B line has not been good. In my opinion, nothing has been good about that. What else do we have here? Studio Series 86 Leader Class Starscream, because he has a cape. I guess it's a cloth good cape. And shoulder pads all of a sudden turn a Voyager, because I'm sure it's going to be a Voyager, into a leader. Not the Starscream for me, but if it's for you, be prepared to overpay for it. That's all I can say. And a Studio Series Transformer 6, which would be the B movie, Soundwave. I think that's going to sell really well. A lot of people like that Soundwave. I think that's going to sell very, very, very well, actually. But we shall see. Let's go down here just a little bit. If the Studio Series Wreck-Gar is good, I'm going to get a few of them. Yeah, I think a few people are going to do the same thing, to be honest with you. I tend to agree with that. SS Hot Rod for Life. Oh, Cardboard Bot, you disappoint me so much. What? I don't know if I want to replace my Junkions. That's fair, D. Greg. Love. The Titans Return Blaster. Yeah, a lot of people do. It's a bit too big for my taste, but we do have it here in the house. It's not mine. It belongs to one of the Scraplets. And it was a good blaster. I think a bit too big for my taste, but it was definitely a good blaster. Don't like the Voyager Hot Rod price, though. Yeah, that's the thing. That Hot Rod definitely should have been sold as a deluxe. Hey, H&E Games. Happy to see you here. Great colors. Super fun transformation. I don't know who they're talking about there. Hope SS. I have talked about this before, Tim. That Slag, Swoop, and Sludge have all been confirmed. I personally have yet to hear anything about Snarl, which makes me nervous. But surely if they're doing 4 of them, they're going to do the 5th one. Like, surely they're not going to give you just 4 Dinobots. That the uproar would be deafening. Hey, TBG. Okay, let's do some trivia. And then we'll do the unboxing, unpackaging. It's an envelope. And a bag. We'll do that, and then we'll kind of get out of here. So, in the trivia tonight, brought to us, of course, by our good friend Dragonfly tonight. The prime question is everybody ready? We have input guessing C all ready. Is that the War for Cybertron Unicron back there? No, I'm not. No, I'm not spending $1,000 on that. You're nuts. No, that's Studio Series Cell. I don't even like the. Honestly, I don't even like the HasLab Unicron. I don't think it looks good. I don't think it functions good. I've heard of it breaking. I don't like it. Just saying. Did you say we might get a Shattered Glass reveal? I think we might get a Shattered Glass reveal. Some people are speculating Hot Rod. I'm actually speculating Starscream, and I have heard that the Starscream may be the Siege mold. That's a weird choice. I would think the Earthrise, but I guess we'll see. Okay. Wait, hold on. Also, here's the super. By the way, Carabots, I thank you for being a super chat super fan there because I did see that. And same here with our buddy Razor Bear. There's so much more to the Coronation Studio Series than a cape and shoulder pads. His entire animation model was majorly beefed up for the scene. I'm sure Hasbro will cheat us though. I don't think that we're going to get in plastic is going. I predict that that'll be an Earthrise Starscream, probably with some sort of different paint scheme, with shoulder pads, a crown, and maybe a cloth goods cape with a wire in it. And they're going to go boom, leader. That's what I'm expecting. They might have maybe a little Dr. Arkaville or something like that. I don't know. A trumpet? They might have a trumpet because remember they're going. There might be a couple of trumpets in there. That'd be hilarious if the accessory was a trumpet. That would crack me up. Okay, trivia time. In the episode Prime Target, how many Autobots were captured before Optimus Prime ordered the Autobots to come back to base? Was it A, 5 Autobots who were captured? B, 9 Autobots who were captured? C, 7 Autobots who were captured? Or D, 3 Autobots who were captured? Was it 5, 9, 7, or 3? How many Autobots were captured in the episode Prime Target before Optimus orders everybody back? Let's see. We have inputs guessing everything. Sawyer is saying B, Crumplezone D, A, B, B, D, 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 D. Holy moly. A. Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is 7. C. Did you know that?
What?
Did you actually know that, or did you guess?
Guess what? I guessed 7.
You're right.
What?
You're right. You're correct.
No, I wasn't listening. I just guessed.
Yes, and I'm telling you, you're right.
Oh.
You're actually right. You're actually right. Their names were Bumblebee Tracks, Jazz, Beachcomber, Grapple, Blaster, and last but not least, Inferno. Here's the bonus question, and this one's easy. Well, half of it's easy. Who was the name of the hunter who captured them, and of course was trying to lure Optimus Prime, and his manservant? What was the hunter's name and his manservant? Come on, everybody knows the hunter's name. I don't think anybody has reached out to Cardboard Bots H&E Games, but we should. He's a nice lad, and we like him. Lord Chumley, yeah, Lord Chumley. Yeah, what's the FR? Anthony, reach out. Look, there's somebody I could do one of them live streams with because he's on the same time zone as me. Just saying. Lord Chumley, and who's the manservant? Who's the British manservant? What's his name? What's the British manservant's name? Nobody's saying his name. Lord Chumley and Dinsmore. Dinsmore was the answer. There you go. Devlin got it. Dinsmore. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the upgrade kits. So thanks to our buddy Joe Ford, we got a few upgrade kits. Now, what I'm about to show you first, we're actually going to take a deeper look at tomorrow. What I'm going to show you second, we're going to look at next week. So tomorrow's review is going to look deeper at an upgrade filler set for Studio Series Blur here in the arms and in the legs. The arms were the same dark color as the legs. They have been painted, not by me, to kind of match better. I think they do an okay job. I did break one of the pieces, but it was my own fault. Luckily, I was able to kind of fix it, so it's not a big deal. Be careful of it if you get it. But with this set, we also got thigh fillers for our boy Studio Series Jazz. Additionally, with Jazz, besides for those thigh fillers, and I think those two, I want to say they're Shockwave Labs, if I'm not mistaken. I'd say it in the review. We also have, you may notice that he has two kind of speakers up here, and he also has two bigger blasters down on the back of his hands, and he has the blaster he comes with, and another hand blaster over here. This is an entirely different set that gives him really a crossbar that you can put the speakers on or the shoulder blasters on. I totally dig it. Love it. I also, though it's not applied yet, this is something else we're going to look at next week. I also have the toy hack set for this guy that was sent to me. So we're going to look at the upgrade kits, the actually three upgrade kits on this guy tomorrow, but not the toy hack set. The third upgrade kit on this guy. So we have the thigh fillers, that's one. We have the blasters and the speakers and whatnot, that's two. We also have from Cybertron Surgery fillers for the forearms. I don't feel like these are a success. I don't feel like these are particularly done the best. It's nice to have them, but they're not super functional, and I'll talk about why tomorrow. So 2 out of 3 of the upgrade kits here, pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. The third one, nice idea, and it's okay, but I feel like it could have been designed a bit better than what it was. And we'll see that tomorrow. So fillers for Blur, fillers and accessories for Jazz. And the fillers for the legs and the arms are 2 different companies. There's a lot, right? Then we get to our boy Inferno. Inferno has the 115 Utopia filler. Ooh, and that just fell. The 115 Utopia filler set, and I'm going to actually pick this up because it's my favorite part. Filler set, a pain to put on, but fantastic filler set, as well as what is essentially a hose. There's this piece here, and there's this extra blaster over here, and then there's this hose that goes to like what's essentially a hose nozzle in his hand. And the pièce de résistance is this blast effect, which is really clear, and it's a water effect, right? And it can go on that or his blaster or his other hand. It fits on all of it, works just fine, and it's water. For a fire truck, that makes perfect sense. 2 different kits. One of them is the 115 Utopia filler set. The other one is a DIY set. We'll look at it more in depth tomorrow. And then the last set we're looking at tomorrow is from Non-F Productions. And it is most of the set for our boy Grimlock. It gives us fillers for down here around the wrist. Are they good or not? It gives us fillers for the side of his face. It gives us, I had 2 gold fillers, and Joe thought that they were for the chest. If you take off the tinted piece, they definitely do not fit in there. They are far too long and far too narrow on the round. They're intended for the neck. Why there's 2 of them, I don't know. However, one of them is now gone in the neck, and it will never, ever come out again. It's gone in too deep. When you look at the neck now, though, you're not seeing a screw. Like, there's no way you're going to do a screw in there. This head will never come apart. Not from the neck anyway. The head can, the neck won't. And I'm okay with that. I do not have the chest piece. I'll say that up front. I don't have the chest piece. Is this a good set? Pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. I like non-F, and I like most of this, especially the teeth, but there's certain things with the way this one was done that I feel like could have been done a little bit better. Not a lot, just a little bit. Now, that's everything that's going to be tomorrow. That's everything that's going to be tomorrow. But that's not all that we have here. I'm just going to check in with you guys before I kind of go into the second part here to get us out of here, because that's not all that I have. Let me go up here a little bit. Lord Chumley. Do I like Jazz? I do like Jazz. I do feel like he's delicate, but I like him. What did you break? I didn't break anything. Or maybe I'm missing something. Let's see. Craven the Hunter. Craven could hunt Optimus. I'm just saying. Take care, TF Fan Geek. I is on YouTube. We go down to. Take care, John Doe. We're almost done here anyway. Tricked by a lorry. I'm disgraced. Curious your thoughts about the Matrix Workshop kits with Target Masters, Blur Cop, Hot Rod Scourge. I got the Blur one and Haywire and a sniper rifle. I think they're pretty good. I already did some custom Target Masters for them. Like a while ago, I did Recoil and Haywire, and I showed them off. So that works for me. I'm not planning on getting them for that. But if you didn't do that or you don't have the extra Battle Masters to do it with, the Matrix Workshop ones are certainly good. I got nothing against them, and I like Matrix Workshop products. So I think they're solid. I'll say that I think they're solid. I don't think I need them, but I do think they're solid. A booby trap, yes, made it to catch boobies. Fun fact, that quote actually made it into the top 10 quotes that we did some months ago. If you haven't looked at the top 10 quotes, go back. It was a fun one. It was a lot of counting, but it was a fun one. This week's top 10, the one that's going to come up on Monday, is a really hard one. The voting, a lot of people have been scratching their head over it. This one is going to be the top 10 Transformers who could use alternate alt modes. In other words, something different than the alt mode that they have. And people are really struggling to kind of come up with this one. Did it come with a grappling hook? Oh, yes, it did. I'm sorry. Yes, the Jazz set does also come with a grappling hook, and the grappling hook, like, it can go out. Yes, thank you, Tim. Yeah, the Jazz set also comes with the grappling hook, and it's easy. It has a 5mm peg and it just goes in his hand and covers his hand. It's the easiest thing in the world, and it is tolerance perfectly well. Really, really well. Yes, thank you, Tim. I totally forgot about that. Universal Collision progress, slow. I'm about halfway through episode 12, which has been huge. Here's the thing. Because of the section I'm still working on, I'm still using the old computer. And I'm trying to get through that section so that I can hopefully work quicker and easier on my new computer. But I need to have the time to get through that. And my real life, my day job, honestly, my day job has been a breakneck pace. Every day is multiple calls for me to go multiple places. It's been nuts. It is what it is. I'm debating getting a bunch of the accessory packs for Earthrise Spheres by Nana. I like their products, Razor Bear. Like, they do good products, so I don't see why you wouldn't do it. Do I know the car movie? If you do, you think it's the car movie? Do you mean Cars? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, his email is in his YouTube info. Carobots, maybe I'll pop you a message after if Anthony doesn't get in touch with you, and we'll see from there. Oh, never mind. He already found. There you go. Never mind. And I'm down. Okay, so here's the other thing. The other thing is a bag. I only got this yesterday from our buddy Justin from the 3D Corner. And the very first thing in here was something that actually we looked at before. It is a Grimlock Sword. That being said, I do have the Fall of Cybertron sword with my Grimlock, so this will either go with Grimlock and the Fall of Cybertron sword will go with a different Dinobot that'll come without a sword, or this one will go with a different Dinobot. As well, we have another, and this one's completely different, another Dinobot sword, which I totally dig. I like this thing. I keep going down here and I don't know why. I like this thing. Another one. I don't know why I keep looking down here, but I do. I've been at this long enough that you would figure that I should know better, right? And hold on. Oh boy. Oh boy. And a couple of 3D printed Energon cubes. I'm so used to being over here on the old computer, and I was talking about the old computer. That's what it is. A couple of 3D printed Energon cubes. And another Energon cube, which is cool. Then we have this, which can go on some of the arms. It is like a little like communicator thing, like an Autobot communicator thing, like Optimus would have it on his arm or something, which is cool as well. I'm kind of saving the best for last here. I think it's the best for last. Let's see. A couple of they're intended to go on Astro Train, but they can kind of go on anybody. There are these little blasters. I may put them on Impactor, maybe. They're just very small, double turreted, like cannons, basically. I have two of them. Then, there's also this little gray matrix. We have a billion matrices now, so whatever. I'm not so blown away with that. Then I also have another set of lower teeth for Grimlock, or maybe it's upper teeth. These might be upper teeth. I'm not sure. I have to look at that a bit more, but it's teeth for Grimlock, even though I got the non-F ones in there. Then, this is when things get interesting. I have this orange piece that will use a little ball joint to connect to this lower piece that is orange and silver. This is going to be alternate legs for Wheelie. We've seen these before with some people. I think it might be Firetox's design, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm lucky enough to have them. Now, not from him. These are the other teeth, by the way. So upper teeth and lower teeth. I kind of like them. They're neat. And we have, lay those there. The fillers on the forearms of Studio Series Grimlock. There's also these forearm fillers for Studio Series Grimlock. Do I prefer these 3D printed ones or the non-F ones? We will compare them next week. Tomorrow you'll see what I think of the non-F ones. We'll compare the 3D printed kind of Grimlock kit here to the non-F kit next week. That'll be a thing for next week. And the last thing is the thing I'm happiest about. It will go with this guy, Kingdom Cyclonus. You will see in Cyclonus's hand, we have none other than Nightstick. And this is the Nightstick that came with the Classics Universe Cyclonus. Well, what if I was to tell you that I have a very, very well articulated Nightstick, and this is 3D printed, full shoulder articulation, full elbow, bicep swivel, no waist and no head, but he does have an ab crunch. He does have hip forward, back, and to the side. He does have a knee and a rotation, and he does have, get this, good night nurse, ankle tilt, and yes, he does certainly transform. We will look at this guy next week, but man, oh man, he is pretty splendid. I'm not gonna lie, big fan. I think he would be better if you had a resin printer than a 3D printer, but he is really cool. And when we look at him next week, I will provide a couple of links, certainly links to the files for that guy. I do not have a 3D printer. It was provided to me, but I do have the links to the files for each and every one of you, especially if you have a printer and want a nightstick of your very own. That's it. Some of this we'll look at tomorrow. Some of it we're going to look at next week. I'm getting ready to head into a long weekend. I hope you guys have had a tremendous week. I hope you're going to have a tremendous weekend coming up. Those of you who get the long weekend, enjoy. By the way, last week I'd mentioned that my birthday was coming up. It was a wonderful birthday. I'm so very thankful for each and every one of you. I'm so very thankful for everybody that was around me on my birthday, my friends, my family. I am one lucky lad. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming by, give me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course, you can hit the join button to become a channel member right here on YouTube, baby. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single day, man, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams. Thank you, Cardboard Bots. My queen. In the live streams, right here, right now, at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way, baby. You guessed it, like we're going to be getting together tomorrow, right here, inside the video.